Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm going to be reacting to my birth vlog. So I have my phone ready and we're just gonna go through and play the video. I'll talk about it, I'll tell you how I was feeling in that moment, you know. So when I started filming this, I had already been contracting the night before, but the contractions were 6 to 7 minutes apart, and it was like that all night until about 5 in the morning when they became 5 to 4 minutes apart, every other contraction about. So I decided to start filming once they got closer to the 4-minute mark. Contractions have been 4 minutes apart for the past hour-ish, for lasting a minute, whatever. I just called the advice nurse and she said, take your time, grab your stuff, and I'm gonna eat something. So we're gonna do that and then we're gonna go to the hospital. Talk to me now. So I put this in the video because it was the first time I could get Carter moving in my belly on video, because every single time I tried to film it or take a picture or do something, he would just stop completely. I'd sit there and stare at it and nothing would happen. And you guys had yet to see this at all throughout my pregnancy journey, so I included it in this video. So we're back home. At this point, we spent 2 hours at the hospital. We spent an hour of them monitoring me in triage, and then they asked us to walk around for an hour to see if my dilation would progress, because I was really softened and having the contractions. They were about 2 to 3 minutes apart when we left the hospital, and they continued to be so until I was induced. Contractions were getting to 2 to 3 minutes apart, but I am not dilating enough for them to admit me. This is painful watching it back. Happen. So they sent me to labor at home, and hopefully things will progress more. So we're just waiting on the pain. So next day update, he still not has came. Contractions, everything. I had a doctor's appointment. We set an induced date for this weekend if he doesn't come by then, and we got another membrane sweep. So hopefully we will see him. Membrane sweeps were not fun at this point because I was so swollen from everything that was going on down there. So having 2 of them was really my last straw for this pregnancy. Before I have to get induced. So it's really loud right now because Casey's cleaning up the house, but they moved back. I don't know, we're going in a day in advance. I still don't know what to say for that. So today is induction day. They want us there at 6:45. It is currently 12:35. So we were getting it induced in the evening because I was softened already, so they didn't need a full day to do everything. So Casey took me out to go walking, and we went to eat, and we did a bunch of fun stuff that day before getting induced. So we have all day to get ready, go to the pet store, get toys for the dog, so he has something to keep him occupied while we're away. I don't know, it still hasn't kicked in. Still haven't gone into natural labor, so at this point, honestly, watching this back, it's a little bit rough, and it feels like a dream. Like, I honestly can't imagine myself in this situation and actually being there, but obviously I was. The baby came out, I filmed this, you know.
7.76. Okay. How long?
If you don't know, he came out at 9 pounds, 2 ounces at 7:08 in the morning, May 8th, 2021. So we were both completely wrong.
I don't know how long the baby's.
Okay. What time?
Oh, he was 22 inches long.
Tomorrow at 5:45.
In the morning?
No, at night.
2 days later. I think that he's gonna be 7.5 pounds and like 21 inches long.
At what time?
I was really close to his
I don't
length.
know. I think he's gonna be here tomorrow morning.
What time? No.
Probably like 2 in the morning.
That was also very
just
wrong.
because he's stubborn and he doesn't like me already.
Hearing his heartbeat, it just makes me really happy. And I was wrong. He really likes me, apparently. He prefers me over Casey most of the time, so.
So, the 7th?
Which isn't unusual.
May 7th.
May 7th,
At 4? 2.
2 in the morning.
And it's funny because I didn't believe people when they said you completely forget about the pain, but I cannot for the life of me remember what a contraction actually feels like. I know it was painful, but I really don't remember what it feels like. However, I do remember what it felt like when they pulled Carter out of my cervix and out of me. That was excruciating.
So I'm all hooked up now, so I can't really get up, but
You a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna
I
see
had
it.
such a big
See
belly.
how
looks like Casey has a decent place to sleep too.
Yeah, it might have looked decent, but Casey was in a ton of pain. That bed was extremely uncomfortable. He was in a lot of pain in his back, and it's part of the reason why I opted out to leaving the hospital a day early, even though they wanted me to stay a day longer because I had lost so much blood when I hemorrhaged. But I thought that when we got home, Casey would feel better, he'd be less frustrated, and taking care of the baby would be easier. At some point during these contractions, I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm great, even though I was in a ton of pain. So Casey pulled out the Nintendo Switch and we tried playing Mario Kart. I think I got through maybe an eighth of a lap on the game before I was like, no, this isn't it. I can't do it.
So the cook's balloon is working really, really well.
A cook's balloon feels like a really bad UTI. It's itchy and pinchy, and I just hope I never have to have that again.
I feel like these contractions aren't even stopping.
They were one after the other.
There is hope that we might even have him tonight. So,
Such a joke, you guys. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely happy.
it's almost 7 o'clock the next day.
At this point, they were about to take the cook's balloon out in an hour, and when they did, I was 5 centimeters dilated.
Can actually go to the bathroom. Anything else? It's a little bit dark in here because noon, and they had me on Pitocin, so we're trying to get.
So I chose to have the IV in my hand. The lady was going to put it in my arm, but there's something weird about putting IVs in my arm there, so I had it in my hand. Which, now that I've actually experienced having an IV in my hand for more than 72 hours, I highly don't recommend it. It burns, it itches, and when they put the sterile cleaning stuff in after they put in like the Pitocin, and they gave me iron and a couple other things that they put in through the IV, it burned. It hurt really bad. And my whole hand would cramp up.
It's moving in between my legs. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
I think I was the most comfortable when I had the peanut between my legs. Like, it just relaxed me a lot.
To get some sleep from last weekend. Stay the whole
I think the whole time I was there, I probably got like 6 hours of sleep within 72 hours.
But we're getting there.
I was never the one.
So basically all of this explains what happened afterwards. I pushed for 15 minutes and then the doctor recommended that we stop because my cervix was swollen and he was going to tear through me if we continued. I also dilated less, so we went into an emergency C-section where I hemorrhaged and lost a lot of blood. I was puking everywhere. There is actually a whole story about this. If you are interested in hearing about my experience, then go ahead and click the link up below and go watch that video after you watch this video. I will also put it down in the description for you guys to watch as well. One thing I didn't really talk about much in that video though is that after having Carter, I lost so much blood that I could not see straight. I could not lift my head without everything going like super blurry. So I only got to hold Carter once for a very long time, at least 24 hours before I got to hold him again, because we were worried about my dizziness and if I would drop him, and I was extremely worried, so I didn't want to take that chance either. It definitely was not a fun experience. I think I was really dizzy for even a week or two after I came home because it took a really long time for my body to build up my iron supply again. But I am healthy and thriving, so all is good. If you're interested in watching this birth vlog as well, I'll put the link up here and you can go ahead and go watch that. It'll also be down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys again tomorrow because I am doing the 30-day video challenge. It is a lot of content and a lot to take in, so take your time and I hope you all have a great day.
I was never